Here's your wrestling news for October 27th, 2025. Your headlines for today include WWE's latest mystery solved, all three men from Teasers revealed. Real reason WWE blocked Wyatt Sicks from AAA appearance, Bo Dallas status update. Vikingo loses his cool after fans chant for Alberto Del Rio reacts. Dominik Mysterio busted open by fan after AAA title match, full story. Former WWE talent joins AEW, forms unexpected tag team. Jeff Hardy pays emotional tribute to the Fiend Bray Wyatt, update on Hardy Boy's future. CM Punk finally breaks silence on his retirement, I've done it all. Are TNA stars getting paid for NXT appearances? And more. WWE has set the internet into detective mode after releasing a pair of cryptic vignettes on social media over the weekend. The first teaser dropped early Sunday morning and featured nothing but polished shoes and tailored pants of an unidentified man walking slowly toward the camera before the screen fades to black. Upon close inspection, viewers noticed a faint instrumental of WWE's Saturday night's main event theme, Obsession by Animotion, in the background of the video, a clue linking the Mystery Man directly to Cena's farewell storyline. Many fans are convinced these teasers mark Gunther's long-awaited WWE return, especially with rumors swirling that he's set to face John Cena at Saturday night's main event on December 13th. While a few fans floated alternative names like Chris Jericho or Andrade, whose potential WWE return has been rumored for weeks, most agreed that the pacing, posture, and tone of the vignette matched Gunther's persona perfectly. Der Ring General hasn't been seen on WWE television since his loss to CM Punk at SummerSlam 2025, and the timing of these teasers feels far too precise to be a coincidence. Less than 12 hours later, WWE doubled down with a second video, nearly identical in concept, but with a slightly different pair of shoes. That subtle change was enough to reignite speculation and spark new theories. Exactly at 7:45 p.m. Eastern on Sunday evening, WWE dropped a third teaser in the same style. Once again, the focus was on the man's slow, deliberate footsteps, but this time the lighting was slightly brighter and the shoes looked different again. Many eagle-eyed fans noted that the footwear appeared to be orthopedic shoes, sparking an entirely new wave of speculation. With this latest clue, fan theories have taken a sharp turn. PW Insider recently reported that Santos Escobar is set to return on Raw this week, leading some to believe the teasers could be hyping his comeback. The other two pairs of shoes glimpsed in earlier clips could belong to Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro, his former Legado del Fantasma allies, who have also been inactive for weeks. However, there's another theory catching fire, that the videos are teasing the main roster debut of Tony D'Angelo and two new members of his rebranded faction. D'Angelo was last seen on the July 29th episode of NXT, retiring his Don persona in a pre-taped segment that ended with a mysterious shadowy figure confronting him. Since then, multiple reports from PW Insider have suggested that D'Angelo's call-up to the main roster is imminent. So now the question is, who's really behind the polished shoes? Are we about to witness Gunther's return, Santos Escobar's resurgence, or the arrival of Tony D'Angelo's new family? Share your predictions in the comments. Who do you think WWE's Mystery Man really is? Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. The Wyatt Sicks made their presence felt once again last night at AAA Heroes Inmortales, launching a brutal attack on the AAA Tag Team Champions. Many expected the group to accept the open challenge and capture the titles, but that didn't happen. Interestingly, the faction received a massive reaction from the crowd in Mexico, proving just how popular they've become internationally. Despite WWE's earlier missteps with the group, their momentum clearly continues to grow. What puzzled fans, however, was the reason behind the assault. The Wyatt Sicks unleashed a vicious beatdown with steel chairs, yet chose not to claim the gold. A possible explanation lies in the absence of Uncle Howdy, who led the group's last major attack at Worlds Collide. Bo Dallas, who portrays Howdy, was notably missing from the AAA appearance. Reports suggest WWE intends to put the championship gold on Bo Dallas, potentially pairing him with Eric Rowan for a future AAA tag title pursuit. If that's the case, delaying the challenge until Howdy's return makes sense. Dallas was last seen in a pre-recorded SmackDown vignette, though it's unclear when that footage was shot or what might be keeping him off television. In the meantime, the remaining members of the Wyatt Sicks have been thriving. WWE has wisely allowed them to continue their reign of chaos rather than benching the entire group during Bo's absence. Each member has stepped up, keeping the faction's mystique and dominance intact. With Halloween SmackDown around the corner, fans are now wondering, could Uncle Howdy make his eerie return this Friday? And if he does, will the Wyatt Sicks finally target the AAA Tag Team Championships? What do you think? Should WWE pull the trigger and let the Wyatt Sicks claim their first major titles, or keep the mystery building a little longer? A major clash is now official for AAA's November 28th event, as El Hijo del Vikingo will go one-on-one with El Grande Americano following a fiery face-off at Heroes Inmortales. The night began with Vikingo soaking in a wave of boos from the AAA crowd, who loudly chanted Alberto in reference to Alberto Del Rio. Though Del Rio is no longer active with the promotion, his name echoed throughout the arena, and the reaction clearly got under Vikingo's skin. Annoyed by the chants, Vikingo fired back at the audience, snapping, "Get over it," before declaring himself the Canelo of AAA. He then vowed to reclaim the AAA Mega Championship and re-establish his dominance at the top of the company. Before he could finish, El Grande Americano interrupted, stepping into the ring to a loud reaction and mocking Vikingo in front of the crowd. In response, Vikingo accused him of not being truly Mexican, but the fans quickly took to the American side, cheering loudly for Americano. The verbal exchange soon escalated into an all-out brawl, forcing security to intervene. The confrontation has now set the stage for one of AAA's most anticipated matches of the year. But amid all the intensity, one thing became crystal clear: Alberto Del Rio's shadow still looms large over AAA. After hearing his name chanted across multiple WWE x AAA events, including Triple Mania and Worlds Collide, the former WWE champion finally broke his silence, and the message was filled with gratitude. Alberto Del Rio posted a video on X, formerly Twitter, showing the crowd erupting in chants of Alberto during the recent crossover shows. The moment clearly struck a chord with him, and his heartfelt response made it clear he hasn't forgotten the fans who've supported him through thick and thin. While Del Rio stopped short of confirming any sort of in-ring comeback, he didn't deny the possibility either. With fans still chanting his name, stars like Vikingo reacting to his legacy in promos, and the AAA audience showing they haven't moved on, momentum is quietly building for a potential return. Do you think Alberto Del Rio should make a comeback in WWE or AAA? And how would you feel about seeing him step into the ring again? Share your thoughts below. Dominik Mysterio walked out of AAA Heroes Inmortales with the AAA Mega Championship, but not without shedding some blood along the way. In a grueling main event against Dragon Lee, Dominik once again proved that no trick is too cheap when it comes to holding on to gold. Despite the referee catching him with a hidden weapon earlier in the match, Dom still found a way to win, landing a vicious boot strike while the official's back was turned to seal the victory. But the controversy didn't end with the final bell. As Mysterio stood tall in the ring celebrating his tainted win, fans in attendance began showering the mat with coins, a long-standing Mexican wrestling tradition used to honor great matches and performances. One of those coins, however, struck Dominik in the face, splitting his eyebrow open. While many wrestlers would take it as a sign of respect, Dominik saw it as pure disrespect. Backstage after the show, he made his feelings crystal clear. "What did I tell you? I'm still your mega champion. And yeah, I know it's a Mexican fan tradition to throw coins, but look, you idiots, I'm not like you. I don't need your money. If you're gonna throw something, make it bills, because the king of wrestlers has just arrived. See you on November 22nd, dogs." The injury was minor, but the statement was loud. With real heat now trailing him and a fresh rivalry brewing, Dominik Mysterio will team with El Grande Americano to face Dragon Lee and El Hijo del Vikingo in a high-stakes tag team showdown on November 22nd in Mexico City. Do you think Dominik's attitude makes him the perfect heel champion, or has he gone too far by disrespecting Mexican wrestling tradition? Share your thoughts below. This week's episode of AEW Collision brought a major surprise to the women's division as Nixon Newell, formerly known to WWE fans as Tegan Knox, made her unexpected debut alongside Miranda Elise. The duo confronted Ty Mello and Anna Jay, immediately setting the tone for a fiery new rivalry. For Newell, this marks her first appearance in AEW since her WWE release in November 2024, signaling a fresh start and a new chapter in her career. Whether this was a one-off surprise or the beginning of a long-term AEW run, one thing is certain: Nixon Newell is back, and she's ready to make an impact. The Hardy Boys' latest chapter in WWE has been nothing short of emotional and unforgettable. After capturing the NXT Tag Team Championships from Dark State, Deion Lennox and Osiris Griffin at NXT vs. TNA Showdown on October 7th, Matt and Jeff Hardy went on to successfully defend the titles against Team 3D at Bound for Glory 2025. However, their reign came to an end just weeks later. At NXT Halloween Havoc, Dark State reclaimed the gold in a grueling winners-take-all match that pushed both teams to their limits. But despite the loss, it wasn't the result that had fans talking, it was the Hardys' heartfelt tribute to the late Bray Wyatt that stole the show. Jeff Hardy, performing his brother Nero, revealed a striking new look inspired by Wyatt's iconic alter ego, the Fiend. His haunting face paint, blending red, black, and white tones, carried a deep sense of symbolism, honoring Wyatt's creative spirit and connection to the eerie side of storytelling that the Hardys have long embraced. Fans across the world instantly recognized the tribute, flooding social media with messages of appreciation and emotion. After the match, Matt Hardy took to X to express gratitude to the fans and reflect on the tribute. "Thank you for having our back tonight at NXT Halloween Havoc, Arizona. You guys and gals were wonderful. We're so sorry we weren't able to retain the NXT tag titles. The state of Dark Swarm was relentless and never-ending tonight. Our journey is nowhere near over. Myself and brother Nero have so much left to do. Very happy we could pay homage to Bray tonight. We love you and miss you, Wyndham." Matt's message not only reaffirmed their love for Wyatt, but also hinted that the broken universe is far from finished. Even in defeat, the Hardys reminded the world why their legacy extends beyond championships. It's about creativity, resilience, and connection. Do you think the Hardy Boys will chase redemption and claim the NXT Tag Team titles, or is another broken evolution on the horizon? Share your thoughts below. CM Punk knows his time in the ring is winding down, and he's not shying away from that truth. In a recent WWE vlog, the veteran opened up about the reality of his career nearing its final stretch, acknowledging that he's in the same phase as fellow icons John Cena and AJ Styles, who are both preparing to step away from full-time competition. "So I'm standing here now near the end of my career," Punk admitted. "You know, John Cena's calling it quits, AJ Styles says he's going to retire next year, and I don't know how much time I've got left. I'm going to keep going until the wheels fall off." Punk was candid about what lies ahead, recognizing that the end is closer than ever, but he also emphasized the importance of celebrating wrestlers while they're still active. As he put it, the business is always moving forward, with a new generation ready to carry the torch. "I know that's the sooner rather than later. That's why I think it's important for all of us, not just me, to celebrate every wrestler as they retire. There's a whole new generation of talent coming in to take our place, and in a way, we're excited to see that happen." For now, Punk isn't done fighting. He's still lacing up his boots, proving that he can hang with anyone on the WWE roster. But when the time finally comes to step away, he'll do so with his legacy intact as a trailblazer who always walked his own path and never compromised who he was. Do you think CM Punk should retire soon, or does he still have one more legendary run left in him? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Rich Swann is officially back in TNA Wrestling, but his return comes with an unexpected twist. He's not under contract. After quietly parting ways with the company earlier this year, the former TNA World Champion made a surprise comeback by joining AJ Francis' faction First Class, replacing KC Navarro. According to a new report from Fightful Select, Swann's current deal is per appearance, meaning he's not tied down to a traditional long-term TNA contract. Instead, he's part of a growing group of wrestlers who prefer flexibility over exclusivity, a model that has quietly become more common in TNA over the past year. For Swann, this setup keeps the door open for future opportunities while still allowing him to be part of one of TNA's most talked about storylines. Don't miss our next video coming at 5:30 p.m. Eastern with all the latest wrestling updates. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.